there, Mia Voice is my name. I'm a vocal coach on Vocal Class 101. In our last class, we talked about the mechanism of the voice, simply how the voice works. In today's class, I'll be looking at some terms when it comes to voice production. We're looking at some terms. When we say terms, talking about terminologies. The first term I would like to look at today, I'll be looking at what we call the pitch. Pitch, P-I-T-C-H, pitch. What is pitch? Pitch is defined as the height or depth of sound. The height or the depth of sound. Height or depth. Height or depth. High pitch and low pitch. Do, do, do. That is pitch. The height or depth of sound. That is pitch. Now, for singers, singers have different pitches. Personally, I'm a tenor singer, but I can also sing in the soprano because of my range. Why there are some singers, some men like me, they can never try high notes. They can never try a note like, oh, no. The best they could do is, all right? So different singers have different pitches. Now for the ladies, we know that ladies usually are the high-pitched singers. They are the very, very high-pitched singers. That's why most of our soprano singers, the coloratura soprano, the mezzo sopranos, they are all usually filled with the ladies because ladies naturally have this high pitch. All right, so that's why they're always in the soprano. Why the men, they take from the tenor into the baritone and the bass because of the structure of our vocal cords, the way the man is designed. All right, so we say that pitch is determined by the frequency of the vibration of the object producing it. The frequency of the vibration of the object producing it. I'll give you a simple example. For example, the plane, the airplane, when it takes off from the ground, it goes all right, just as the engine begins to speeding up, as the frequency of the engine picks up, the frequency gets higher, also the pitch gets higher. You know, it goes before you know it takes to the highest peak. All right, so the pitch is determined by the frequency of the moving object that is producing it. All right, the second area the second terminology is the vocal range. What is the vocal range? We say in the broader sense that the vocal range refers to the full spectrum a singer's voice is able to sing. The full spectrum of notes a singer's voice is able to sing, starting from the bottommost note to the highest. The full spectrum of notes. Full spectrum of notes a singer's voice is able to sing, starting from the bottommost to the uppermost. Now, for every singer, there's a range that every singer has. I have my range. I fall between 3 to 4 octaves. If on a very good day, with my workouts and so on, I could go for 4 or 5 octaves, 4.5 octaves. All right, so every singer has his own range, and the range is determined by what we call octaves. By octaves, an octave is made up of 8 notes. That's 1 octave, another octave, another octave. So I can begin from do. All right, I'm going through 4 octaves. So that's how we determine the range of singers. Now, untrained singers usually have lower ranges compared to trained singers. So that's why it's important that singers work on themselves. It's important to have vocal trainings, work with your vocal coach so that you can improve and have access to more notes. Now, the next term I'll be looking at is timbre. T-I-M-B-R-E. Timbre simply refers to the quality of sound. The quality of sound or the color. Some voices are breathy. Hallelujah. Why some are dry? Some have dry voices. Why some have very heavy voices. All right, so that's timbre. Then let me look at vocal weight. Let's look at vocal weight. It refers to the lightness or heaviness of sound. Some singers, even some ladies, are very, very maturing their voices. Why some men can also have very tiny and high pitched voices. That's vocal range, or rather vocal weight. Then the next we look at is the term tessitura. Tessitura simply refers to the, the most comfortable area of your voice, where you are most comfortable singing, and where your voice has the best sound, where you have the best sound. All right, you could have a very deep pitch, but when it comes to singing, you may not be very comfortable singing that, and you could have a very high pitch, and when it comes to singing, you're not very comfortable taking that. So that part of your voice where you are at like the middle is your tessitura, where your voice has the best quality and also where you are most comfortable singing. Let me stop here for the terms. In our next video, we'll continue in some other areas. Thank you.